Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fragrance first impression, and it's going to be on the 3 new Clinique My Happy fragrances. Now this video today was going to be a different video, but I actually went to Ulta because I needed to pick up some things for my hair and just replenish some products that I needed to repurchase. And these little guys were smack dab one of the first things I saw when I walked in, and I had to get them and review them for you guys. So I haven't opened them obviously, and we're gonna do a first impression. So if you'd like to know about the new Clinique My Happy fragrances, then keep watching. Now for transparencies, I purchased these guys today. So these were not sent to me to review, and they haven't even been opened. So the three fragrances we have is Cookies and Kisses. We have Indigo Mist, and this one is called Baby Bouquet. I'm not going to go too much into the notes of these. I don't want this video to be too crazy long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of read you the little superlative on the back of each of these bottles to give you an idea about what each of these are supposed to smell like. And then I will let these fragrances sit on my skin after I spray them for about 20 minutes. Usually the Clinique My Happy fragrances don't need too long to dry down on my skin. From my previous experience, I own all the other ones. So we're going to start off with Cookies and Kisses. So Cookies and Kisses is delicious, like baking on a lazy Sunday. Nibble something yummy just out of the oven. A touch of cinnamon, rich vanilla, and creamy chestnuts. So it's kind of exciting to see, like, obviously I love vanilla in fragrances, but cinnamon and chestnuts sound like it could be really nice if this bottle would let me open it. So I'm excited to smell this one. This is obviously the gourmand out of the bunch. The other gourmand that people really liked is Cocoa and Cashmere. That's not my favorite of the line, but it's not a bad scent. It's just not my personal favorite. I just bought it to complete the bunch. So this is what it looks like here, and these cost $25. So they're not crazy expensive. They're not super cheap in regards to the amount of fragrance that you're getting, but they do last a good long while. At least you don't usually need to spray too much in regards to these. So let's see if this top will let me come off. And we're gonna spray that one right there. We'll give it 2 spritzes. I'll let that dry down. I'll give you guys an idea of the opening though before I go away for 20 minutes to let you guys know. So it's opening very sweet. It smells like a fruity sweetness. I guess that could be the chestnuts. Chestnuts have a unique smell to them. They're kind of nutty and meaty. It's creamy, which is nice. I don't get much cinnamon, but I might need to let this dry down. I'm interested to see the other notes in this fragrance. I might check them out while I wait the 20 minutes. The next one I'm going to open is Indigo Mist. And this one is like a fresh morning dew running through spring fields after a rain shower. This is a horrible color text. I've read ram shower. Bluebells, wet green notes of melon and violet leaf, cashmere and orris root. So this one might be interesting. I'm hoping it's kind of a powdery green scent. It's kind of like what I'm hoping for. Just like a fresh green with like a hint of like powdery florals and aromatic green notes in there. I'm going to say green way too much. So here we go, Indigo Mist. I'm going to spray this on this hand, and I'll let you guys know what I think of the opening. Spray it twice like the other ones. So I love the way that these look. I love when you like kind of put all these out in a row. They actually look really pretty on display. So this one smells really nice. It's very fresh. It's got a violet candy-like sweetness to it, but no powder. It's really nice. I like this one a lot, but I want to see how this one dries down. So that's Indigo Mist. And then the next one, I kind of have an idea of what I think this is going to smell like, just based on the name, Baby Bouquet. I'm hoping it's going to be like powdery florals, but we'll see. So the notes, or the little thing says, blissful like a sleeping baby, embrace the tenderness of a favorite lullaby, bright mandarin, a tender heart of orange flower petals, and creamy musk. So this one sounds nice. Let's see if I can open this. just ever want me to open things. It's like, no, we don't want you to experience this fragrance. Does anyone else have this struggle with opening things? I'm gonna put this on pause. When I finally am able to open this, then we will get back to it. And I'm back and it's open. So I'm trying to think about where I'm going to spray this. I think I'm going to spray it on this arm because I feel like it would commingle with this one a little too much. And I can spray it way up. Spray it on this little moth right there. And that one's really light. So the other ones, like when I sprayed them, they kind of came out. That one's really light. It's sweet, slightly sweet, very musky, but we'll see. I think this one needs a little bit more time to dry down. So I'm going to research the notes on these fragrances because again, I don't really know much of anything because again, I literally just bought them. And I will come back in 20 minutes when these fragrances had a chance to dry down and I will let you know my first impressions. All right guys, it's been about half an hour actually, and I have some very real thoughts about these scents. First and foremost, I think all of these smell great, and I'm gonna get into each of them. Price point for these, one of them is just amazing, and I'm gonna get into that one first, and I'm going to compare it to something. So the first one we're gonna talk about is Cookies and Kisses, and I wanna get into the notes. I really kind of like, as I've been wearing them and sniffing them the past 20 minutes, I wanted to kind of really review these for you guys. Now, I've only been wearing them for 20 minutes, and fragrances, usually when I review, I wear them for a week, or at least on and off for a week, at least 3 to 4 times to give you a good idea of longevity, projection, things like that. But what I've noticed with the Clinique My Happy fragrances, they all kind of are very linear. So around 20 to 30 minutes, that's what the fragrance is going to smell like. So I can let you guys at least know about how these fragrances smell in regards to, are they worth it? Do they smell nice? Do they smell bad? Are they, worth the $25? So far, the Cookies and Kisses does not smell like an identical dupe for By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela, but it smells very similar. That chestnut note in there is giving me that kind of beautiful, nutty, gourmand vibes that By the Fireplace has. By the Fireplace to me is a hyped fragrance, well worth the hype. It's amazing. It has a beautiful mix of nuttiness and spiciness and pepper and woods. It's just a fantastic, fantastic fragrance. And Cookies and Kisses to me is great. Smelling like a first draft of that fragrance. It does not have the complexity of By the Fireplace, but what it does have is a beautiful nutty creaminess, which I need more nuts in my life in regards to fragrances. So you have to forgive me, I'm pulling up the notes here on Ulta.com. Ulta is not sponsoring this video, it's just where I got them and where I purchased these. So the top notes are pinked pepper, a baked apple accord, and bergamot. So you have like a tartness, kind of a spiced, a fruitiness to it, which I pick up, which I guess was that kind of fruitiness that I talked about that paired with the chestnut kind of came, that smelled a little off from what I expected, but still smelled really good. At the heart, you have pimento berry, fir balsam, and chestnut. At the base, you have gaiac wood, Peru balsam, ambroxan, and sandalwood. I don't get much ambroxan in this fragrance, at least not to my nose, but what I do get is a lot of pepper and spice and kind of like a creamy sweetness to it. So this fragrance definitely gets pepper, which I like, but the chestnut in here is really beautiful. It doesn't smell like a cookie, and I was expecting more of a creamy vanilla gourmand note. But what I've noticed with these fragrances from Clinique is that they do smell a little bit more niche inspired than the Happy lineup or the other lineup from Clinique. Not that those fragrances are bad, I genuinely tend to enjoy them, but these are always a little bit more fun and whimsical. With Cookies and Kisses, it's definitely, the pink pepper is there, the kind of like tartness from the, or not so much the tartness, I'd say the brightness from the bergamot's there. You get a little bit of like that fruity apple with the chestnut. It's a really beautiful scent. It doesn't smell near the level of Beyond the Fireplace, or By the Fireplace, that one, but it smells similar. So the reason why I'm saying this is a lot of people don't want to spend that kind of money, over $100 on a bottle of perfume, but you like the idea, you like the concept of by the fireplace. And I think that this would be a great alternative, not a dupe, not a clone, but along the lines of the same family and composition at a really affordable price. Clinique did a really good job with Neroli Sky. I think that's what it's called, or Neroli Blossom. I forget which one. It's in the blazing blue bottle. And a lot of people attributed that one as kind of the same way. It smelled very similar to Neroli Portofino. Was not the same, but you could get that kind of same feeling, that same freshness, that same brightness, that same beautiful neroli note without spending hundreds of dollars. So that's what I'm getting with Cookies and Kisses, and I really like seeing it and smelling it because not many people use those types of fragrances in mainstream designer houses, especially in more safe, crowd-pleasing house like Clinique. And they have some heavy hitters in that house and some cult classics. And they don't really take too many risks when it comes to their fragrances. And I think this is a really fun and unique and completely different take that works really well on the skin. It's a great fall time scent. I don't know if it has the presence or the bones for, say, winter time, or at least the frigid winter. But if you're looking to add a gourmand kind of nutty scent to your fragrance rotation and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I think this one smells great. It does get more aromatic and peppery the longer that you wear it. The first time it was a little bit more creamy, a little bit sweeter, more gourmand, a little bit nuttier, and then the peppers come out a little bit longer, which is what I would expect. It's slightly woody, but it still has that beautiful chestnut or that roasted chestnut feel to it, which is really nice. It's something that's really pretty. However, it doesn't really project. When you spray it on your skin, it's way more aromatic. It's the most aromatic one out of the three once you spray it on your skin, but it does seem to be something that kind of dies down. So I would say this has mild projection, and I'm not sure about longevity. Obviously, I haven't worn this for a long time, but because it's kind of disappeared and I have to hold my hand up this far to smell it, it's probably going to be something that's going to be a little bit more intimate. So if projection and sillage is something that's important to you, I would say splurge for By the Fireplace. But if you're just looking for something nice where you smell delicious and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this seems to be a really good one. Next one I'm going to review is on the same arm, and it's Baby Bouquet. Now this is, I think, my least favorite of the three, but it's still a really nice scent. This smells very mainstream, something I would expect from Clinique, completely different than Cookies and Kisses, but it still smells really nice. This is very light on the skin. It was light immediately. I had to put my nose up practically when the fragrance wasn't completely evaporated and still wet on my arm. So this is a fragrance that I would say doesn't have much of any projection or sillage or anything in regards to that. And I would be safe to say, as of now, smelling it 20 minutes, it's already kind of disappearing on my skin. So I don't know the longevity of this scent. But what I do smell is really, really nice. So the notes in here at the top, you have mandarin, spearmint, and petitgrain. At the heart, you have orange flower, jasmine, and muguet. And I know I said that wrong. I'm sorry, guys. My pronunciation is horrible. And at the base, you have musk, something called amber tonic, and vetiver. This smells really light on the skin. It's slightly powdery. It has a soapy cleanness to it, and it has a bit of greenness to it too. It's very light. It's silk-like in regards to how it smells, and it being kind of like a translucent smell, but it's very pretty and very delicate. This is, I think, would be a great fragrance if you're looking to get a gift for maybe somebody who's really young, like very young, like maybe 8 to 10, and they want to start wearing perfume and they like flowery scents. This would probably be a safe fragrance for them. A, it's affordable, and B, it smells really nice, but it doesn't have a lot of projection, so they're not going to be insulting too many people with a crazy, powerful white floral. It is a white floral. It does have a little bit of a muskiness to it, but it's more clean and fresh and delicate than anything else. It smells really nice, something that I think a lot of people would like to wear. Is it so inspiring that I need to talk more about this than Cookies and Kisses? No, but it is a nice scent nonetheless. It is very delicate and very pretty. It kind of reminds me of what you might in your head imagine like a baby's breath bouquet would smell like. Like if you looked at that with like a pretty pink ribbon, how you'd imagine that would smell, that's how it smells. Light, delicate, feminine, youthful, not too inspiring, not too crazy, like special, but still pretty, like definitely nice. And certainly not least is Indigo Mist. Now this has top notes of apple skin, grapefruit, pink pepper, middle note, jasmine, rose water, violet leaf, base notes, cashmere, cedarwood, and it just has this nice cleanness to this. So this fragrance is very fresh, sparkly, uplifting, very kind of sweet and green. I think dew-like running through a dew meadow is a great way to describe this scent. It definitely smells cool and damp and moist and dewy. Now what I like about this is it does have that kind of violet candy-like sweetness to it without it being powdery or too sweet. And I would have loved this to be powder. I think that would have made this extra special. But it is more fresh and light, not aquatic, but more wet than dry. And I do find it to be very cool and just very nice. This definitely kind of smells like a mist or a fog that you could kind of, again, like think in your head, how do I wish this would smell? It's kind of what it smells like. I would say the most present note in here is the violet leaf with a little bit of jasmine in there to make it extra sweet. It is a very special scent, but it's also a very easy to understand fragrance as well. It's a great, very feminine aquatic fragrance without being aquatic. Again, the reason why I'm saying that is because it smells moist. I know a lot of you guys hate that word, so I'm sorry. But when I think about warm fragrances, sometimes you think about them being dry, especially vetiver. Vetiver is one of those notes where it can go super damp or it can go super grassy and dry. And here it just feels green, just in the background, just a little bit. And this is a very, very nice fragrance. I would say it's more special in the opening than it is in the dry down. Unlike Cookies and Kisses, which I think it kind of becomes a little bit more peppery, a little bit more interesting the longer it's on your skin or after it dries down. But this still is a really beautiful, nice scent. So I do really enjoy this. I think this would be a safe fragrance to get for somebody as well, especially somebody younger who's just getting into fragrances and you want to get them something fun and cute, especially if they don't like too much florals. This smells more green and like a woody aromatic but wet dewy fragrance than I would say Baby Bouquet, which is more of a floral fragrance that's very delicate and I would say very flirty and feminine. It is really nice. I do really enjoy it and I think that would be a great spring and summertime scent to wear. But again, I don't think it deserves as much attention as Cookies and Kisses. So my initial impressions of these new fragrances from Clinique, part of the My Happy fragrance line, is that even the ones that I don't think are particularly earth-shattering have a uniqueness to them. I really like seeing, especially a house like Clinique who does makeup and skincare and are known for some very cult classic fragrances that I have been wearing since I was in middle school. I wore Happy all the time. Seeing them kind of break out of their shell and doing something fun. I do think each of these fragrances is successful in their own way, but I have to give kudos to Cookies and Kisses for being something that steps out of the box. Now, one thing that Clinique does with these My Happy little splash fragrances is these are designed to be worn together, to be layered with the other Clinique fragrances. And I'm trying to think which of this would go for. I think this could definitely go with Cocoa and Cashmere, but I'm trying to think how it would work with the others. But I think maybe Lily of the Beach, like that salty beach, might be interesting. I could play around with it and see. But when it comes down to layering with other fragrances, I think you're gonna have less options to layer Cookie and Kisses than you will with these. And in regards to being layering and being additions to a fragrance rotation and blending with the other fragrances from the line, these are the most successful. But each of these is different. They don't smell like each other and they don't smell like the other fragrances from this lineup too. So I am very impressed by each of these. I think if you absolutely had to try one, if you were just going to close your eyes and try it, if you like warm, nutty, aromatic, gourmand scents, try Cookie and Kisses. This is at least worth spritzing on yourself once, especially if you're a fan of By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela, or even if you like Spice Bomb from Victor and Rolf. Can't say things today. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. Although that is not new, so hi, welcome to my channel. But all of these are great. I say this is a unisex fragrance that anyone can wear, men or women, any age. Obviously, you can wear whatever you want. Fragrance is ageless and genderless. It just smells like something that would be marketed more towards a unisex. Like if you were to go to a fragrance counter. This one smells more youthful and smells very delicate. Again, it doesn't have a lot of staying power on the skin. It's already kind of started to disappear. This will be one you need to reapply. I think this one would be really beautifully blended with Neroli Blue Sky or Blue Sky Neroli to make it a little bit more feminine and a little bit more sparkly. I think this would be really nice. And Indigo Mist is really beautiful, and I think this would be really nice with Peony, and I can never say it right, Picnic. It's the one I think would be best with this personally. And this one to me smells close to being unisex, but it does smell very clean and fresh. And I like the fact that it has that violet candy sweetness in there without the powderiness, even though I would love it to be a little bit powdery. But that kind of violet sweet candy kind of pulls it a little bit more feminine, but it still is a unisex fragrance. Again, anyone can wear these. Fragrance is ageless and genderless. That's just my opinion on where you would find this on the side of the fragrance aisle. But at the end of the day, I think all of these are fun fragrances. They're unique and different, and I'm really enjoying them, and I'm really happy to add them to my collection. So that is my first impressions of the new fragrances from the Clinique My Happy line. If you guys have had the opportunity to try these fragrances, let me know what you guys think, positive or negative. I'd love to know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for checking in and watching this little first impressions video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like fragrance related content. I put out new videos every Monday through Friday. And so also if you hit that little bell, you'll be notified when I have new videos up. And like I said before, if you like this type of content, hit a thumbs up. If you don't, there's a thumbs down. No matter what you decide to do, I hope you guys are happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.